conquering the cold call. If public speaking is the #1 fear, then cold calling is running a close second. Who here can actually say they enjoy making or receiving a cold call? Well, Sue Ann is here today to throw your cold calling world into a whirlwind and turn it upside down. By learning 6 tips for conquering the cold call, you will be ready to jump out of your chair, log into LinkedIn, and glide through your cold calls with the ease and enthusiasm you feel on the top of the mountain with your boards or your bike. Today, Sue Ann, with the assistance of John Fry, will share techniques for cold calling in this Project 2 of the Persuasive Speaking Manual, Conquering the Cold Call. The project involves 3 multiple parts. Sue Ann first will present a 3 to 4 minute speech sharing the persuasive process used in cold call sales of an expensive item. And then Sue Ann and John will role play an unrehearsed sales situation for 5 to 7 minutes. And then this will be followed by a 2 to 3 minute discussion about the conversation in which all are welcome to participate. Regardless of what you're selling, you can benefit from these tools. Soon, all of your customers will say, whatever you're selling, I'm buying. Please welcome Sue Ann.
Look outside. It's a gorgeous day, you had a great night's sleep, you've got a fresh cup of coffee, and you're ready to get to work. So what's the first thing on your list to do? Cold call. How many of you have to make cold calls for your business? What words come to mind whenever you think about making those cold calls?
Oh, dread.
Fear. Fear. Anybody else? Well, the success of a cold call is dependent on your attitude. So if you hate cold calls, if you're afraid of them, if you have a myopic view of cold calls, then it's going to show. It's going to show. So what if you could have a paradigm shift with cold calling and, instead of the words we mentioned, start associating cold calls with words like honesty and opportunity, innovation, thought-provoking, enthusiasm. So all of those things can help make your cold calling experience not only more effective, make it more enjoyable. So cold calling actually has a great benefit. So what can it do? It can help you supersede your competition, or it can help you displace current suppliers. It can help you to create new business opportunities with your clients, and it can help you create a very symbiotic and respectful relationship with your clients where you're working together to solve their problems. So cold calling takes a lot of confidence, and Toastmasters is a great place to start developing that confidence because it will help you be more confident speaking in front of a group or in a one-to-one situation. So you're on the right track being at this meeting this morning. But I'm going to tell you 6 tips that you can use to help you conquer that cold call and to help make those cold calls more effective. The first one is target your audience. The second one is to know their business. Third, know your product. Fourth is develop a relationship first. The 5th, celebrate the no's. And the 6th is to follow up. So target your audience. How do you do that? Well, with Google and LinkedIn, you can find out just about anything about anybody. But utilize LinkedIn. It's an incredibly powerful and innovative tool to help you dig down into a company, find out who the key decision makers are, and then introduce yourself to them. So if you need a class on LinkedIn, see me after. But with LinkedIn, you can use their advanced search tools, and you can really dig in. You can find out who you need to talk to, and who, like I said, who are the key players. But what you want to do is not just send out an invitation to connect to these people if you don't have a reason. You want to use the in-mail tool on LinkedIn to make an introduction and to let them know that, hey, I'd like to connect with you because I read your book or I saw your speech the other day. You have to have a reason. Knowing your customer's product, you need to know their products, you need to know who their suppliers are, you need to know who their customers are. You really need to understand what they're trying to sell. You can't just call and say, "Hi, can I speak to the business owner?" Well, you have to know your product. And sometimes your product may not be the best fit for your customer. You have to be able to come up with solutions that may not be the product that you want to sell. But that develops a trust between you and your client, because then they know that you are really out for their best interest, not just for you to make a sale. Okay. Then you have to develop a relationship first. Cold calling is not about making a sale right then and there. Cold calling is about engaging your client or your potential client in a conversation so that you can learn about them, you can learn about their needs, and then develop this dialogue to help them solve their problem. Celebrate the no's. It's going to take a lot of no's to get to a yes. But when you get a no, you know that you have made some effort, you have made some progress, you're learning more about cold calling, you're learning more about the customer. So realize that you're not going to make a sale every time, but you need to celebrate when you make a no, because you are growing. And every time you make a no, every time you get a no, there's going to be some yeses that follow. So keep track of the no's, and once you get to 100 no's, reward yourself with a massage or a trip to the theater or a nice dinner at a restaurant. And then every time you make 100 no's, notice how many more yeses you got and celebrate them. And then finally, you have to follow up. So remember, you're not making a sale necessarily the very first time. But if you have made promises to supply products or samples, follow up. Send them an email to thank them for their time. Send them an email with a link to an article you think they might be interested in. Keep that conversation going and keep that relationship going, and the sale will come. So remember those 6 things. You need to target your buyers, know their product, know your product, develop a relationship first, celebrate the no's, and follow up. And if you use these 6 tools, I promise you that not only will your cold calling be more effective, it will be more enjoyable too. So John, would you like to join me?
Yes.
John and I will role play for a few minutes. And I discovered John when I read an article about his company in the Utah Business Journal, because they just received a contract. So I am wanting to develop a relationship with John and his company and hopefully sell my social media marketing classes, specifically my LinkedIn lead training classes, to John and his company. So we will pretend that I have already called. Well, actually, I need to. Do you want to do this over the phone? Should I call
Sure.
you from
Yeah.
here?
Yep.
Okay. So I've scouted John out on LinkedIn. I sent him an email just introducing myself and telling him congratulations on the contract, and would he mind if I gave him a call. So I'm calling him. Ding, ding, ding. What a funky ringtone.
Hello.
John, hi. This is Sue Ann Kern with Basic Social Media. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for giving me a few moments of your time. And I wanted to congratulate you and your company on your contract.
Oh, well, thank you. How did you know about that?
I read about that in the Utah Business Journal. It sounds like quite an opportunity.
Sure. Yes, we're both excited, but now it's time to actually do the work.
I'm imagining that you're going to have a lot on your plate. Are you going to be having to ramp up your personnel and your sales force?
No, I think we're I think we're okay with that, but boy, I am just absolutely jammed. What would you like to talk about?
Well, John, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take the opportunity to send you some information on some sales courses that I teach, because I'd like to talk to you to see if it might be something that your staff would be interested in learning more about how to use social media, specifically LinkedIn, to help them with their sales funnel and their lead generation. Would that be something that your company could utilize?
Boy, general sales classes, we've had those before, and it's rah, rah, go, 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 we're all fun, it's rah, rah, go, go, but we really need some results. So
Completely get that, John, and I was a cheerleader And let me tell you. I completely understand that, and yes, you do get that gush of energy at those sales conferences. Would you be amenable to me sending you some information on the classes I teach? They're not so much a sales class in terms of getting people gung-ho. They're more technical in terms of how to utilize this tool to make the most out of their time and to be more effective.
Sure, that'd be fine, but what tool is it that you're talking about?
The classes that I teach would be the main social media classes of Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, to use for lead generation, not for social, because I understand that a lot of companies are a little reluctant to allow their staff on social media. But if you wouldn't mind me sending you some information just to kind of get you thinking about it.
That'd be fine, and I, boy, I mean, you know, Facebook and Twitter just, that's just not our type of business. I think LinkedIn might have some potential.
I can understand that. So if you don't mind, I will let you go because I know you're crazy busy. But if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and send you an email with some information, and then you can take a look at it. And then how about if I follow up with you in a week?
That'd be fine, but boy, if you can be just really, you really make it easy for me to understand how this can deliver results.
I will do that. I'll do that. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. So we have a minute or two. I know this is a long speech, so I apologize. But we have a minute or two to discuss what you thought about the conversation. So does anyone have any input they'd like to share on their thoughts about how it went or what I could have done better as a salesperson? Tracy.
You know, Sue Ann, when you talk about developing relationships on it, and John was kind of giving you the same vibe too. I think people are resistant to wanting to get chit-chatty and be a buddy with someone they don't know, and they're like, get you off the phone. I really don't want to talk about how I'm doing today. What do you want? So I think that's something I'd like to hear more of on how you overcome that, because I think John nailed it in how he responded to you.
Well, you are going to have that pushback. That's just the nature of the beast. But what I did was, rather than saying, like yesterday I got a call, hi, can I speak to the owner of the company? And I'm thinking, you don't even know my name, you don't know what company you're calling, there's no relationship there. With John, there was an introduction saying, I learned about your company and your contract through the Utah Business Journal. So that right there shows him that I've done a little bit of research. So I'm not just some person just calling saying, hi, can I talk to the person in charge of human resources or whatever. So you want to let them know that you have already done some research and there's a reason why you're calling them. And you're calling them because their number is the next one on your list. So, and this was the first time we called. So hopefully the next time I call or next time I send him his email, because I will follow up, then he'll recognize me and the conversation will continue. Sherry.
One of the things that I try and keep in mind is what's in it for the client or when you call. And I don't know if you have it, but one of the things that I've been doing more so in my new role is providing a metric or a statistic that I can say, hey, we save clients X number of dollars. In your case, you can say, I've been, our average client increases sales by X number of dollars, or increases leads or something like that. I don't know if that's a statistic or a number or a metric that you have or track, but that might be something to catch their attention. Like Joan was saying, tell me quick, keep it concise on what you can do, how this can benefit me. That might be another way to kind of catch their attention.
And a lot of that depends on the product you're selling. If you have statistics that are relevant and readily available. Well, we are out of time, but thank you very much.